Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Division II Volleyball Championship here, which has Chico versus PV, Pleasant Valley High School, and looks like a veritable almond bowl here. I'm sorry, that's football, but these two teams are the only ones in Division II playing in this tournament, and so they're here to face off with each other. And what do you think about our matchup here tonight, Nick?
Well, crosstown rivalry that's being played about 40 minutes north of Chico right now. This should be an interesting matchup. These two teams met in the regular season with Chico getting the best of the Vikings both times, one of those being an 0-3 sweep. So it's really going to come down, I think it's really going to come down to some key players here, especially for the Vikings. Jessica Galloway is in the top 3 for kills, blocks, and digs for the Vikings, so she's going to have another complete game. Also, keep an eye for
Jessica Galloway's not going to be playing tonight.
Oh, she is actually not.
Right. She has been scratched from the roster tonight.
That's right, which is going to be a huge loss. Excuse me for those people back home. It's going to be a huge loss for these Vikings here, and they're going to have to find a way to play without her. Who will be shooting up tonight for the Chico Panthers is Stephanie Ovitz, who leads the Panthers with 239 kills and 136 blocks, and is second on the team with the aces with 32. So a bit of a rematch here, and a big game here. Not only is the Division II title on the line, but home field advantage heading into that first round of the state playoffs as well is up for grabs.
And I'm also looking at the stat sheet here, and the big part of this tournament has been assists, and it has been good assists, because that leads to good spikes of the ball and better kills. And Amanda Manning for Chico has 702 this season, so she has pretty much all of them. And Lily Akers is, way behind in second with 57. So the team that has the better assist record, I don't have those stats here in front of me, are usually the ones that win the game. So.
Well, yeah, you can just take a look at the regular season records. Chico 27-9, 8-0 in the Eastern League, while Pleasant Valley was 19-16, 6-2 in league play. So a little bit more consistency on the Chico side, and I think you're right. It has to do with Amanda Manning facilitating the offense, getting everyone involved. And I think if they do that here tonight, they have a really good chance of extending their win streak to 9 games.
Right, and the reason I say that, it's always the setup person that drives it home. It's like Scottie Pippen for Michael Jordan. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? He was often overlooked. So so as we're waiting for both teams to. Well, they're kind of huddling up here, and we're about ready to start here as the Master of Ceremonies finishes up his little dialogue here, or monologue, I should say.
Yeah, it's been if you've been following us all day, it's been a pretty heavy serving of volleyball here, a Thanksgiving-sized serving of volleyball, and I just got a little bit of room left for this game, maybe a little bit of turkey when I get home.
Hey, sure.
But
see, with this Division II matchup, it's more like the dessert. This is like the pumpkin pie.
That's right. This is exactly the pumpkin pie right here, and this should be a good one to cap off a day of great volleyball all the way around.
And I'm looking down at the Chico bench down here, and they have a plethora of players, way more than PV, and so that should factor into tonight's game somehow, as it has all day. And so we're just about ready to start. And it looks like PV is going to get it, and that's going to be Brooke Fogel for the Vikings. And she's about ready here, and the fans are certainly ready. And we're ready here. And it's a good serve and a good dig. And the assist, and Stephanie Ovitz tries to get it across the net, but it is blocked.
Yeah, there was a nice bump set and spike right there, but Courtney Holloway had something to say about that. Put an end to that nonsense.
And so a good dig here, and it's close to the net, and it's going to go under. And so Nicole Etzif.
Yeah, you're right.
Is going to miscue that one, but wasn't a very good setup.
You're right, Frank. It'll be interesting to see how Chico utilizes their bench against a smaller lineup from the Vikings.
And so it's going to be spiked, and it is in, according to the officials. And so a good little kill there.
Yeah, Courtney Holloway getting the big stop earlier and just kind of threads the needle right there and puts it right down the line for another point.
And so it's going to be 2-1 PV Vikings here. As we wait, Waddell serves it, and it's a good set. And the kill, but a little bit too much on that one. And so that was Gracie Crisco muscling up on that one. And so
the nerves starting to show a little bit here early in this championship bout.
And the serve is good. And a good little set dig there. And it's going to go in, and the official is going to call it in this time. And so Gracie Crisco makes up for her pass mistake, and they're going to go up by 1.
Yeah, and both teams testing the perimeter, just putting the ball right on the edge. It's been working out for them. And Chico has a 3-2 advantage right now.
And so as we switch sides going from left to right, we're going to see Jessica Sybil serve here. And it's a good serve and a good dig. And an even better set and a spike there. And so excellent job, PV Vikings.
Yeah, nice job by Sybil. Tried to get down, made a nice play on it. Just ball didn't bounce her way and almost caught us right there too if it wasn't for the assistant coach.
And so Sydney Stanley's going to come in for Nicole Etzif. And a good spike there by Courtney Holloway. And it's going to be 4-3 here as...
Excuse me, that was actually Mari Thomas. Courtney Holloway's number 6 on the PV Vikings.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mari Thomas.
It's okay. It's been a very long day for all of this,
right.
but
sure,
we're ready to deliver this one to you guys.
And so that's going to be another point here for Chico, and they're up by 2. And Stephanie Ovitz back with one of our more colorful serves of the day. And it's going to be a good set by Mari Thomas.
Yeah, she is certainly making her presence felt on that left side. Had a couple of nice kills earlier. Gets the nice dump to add a few more points.
And so it's going to be spiked and blocked, but it's going to work out for everybody. And so that's going to be a good spike.
Mari Thomas just registered her 3rd kill in this early match.
So we see Ovitz again, and it's going to be dug out. And a 50-50 ball there. And it's going to go back to the Viking side, and a good snap by Nina Holmes, but it's going to be defended, and Ovitz comes back up from the back, and it's going to be a set. And Ovitz again with a good dig. And Mari Thomas gets it back over. And so it's going to be spiked again, and it's going to be touched by Stephanie Ovitz.
But nice effort right there by Ovitz to try to make the play. It looked like it was pretty close to sailing out of bounds, but you know, it's kind of hard when that ball is sitting right on the line.
So Courtney Holloway back to serve here, and it's a jump serve, and it's going to be out of bounds. And so that's going to give Chico a 4-point advantage here as Gracie Crisco is back to serve here.
Looks like Megan Mason just checked in for Pleasant Valley.
And so it's a good set and a spike, but it is going to be blocked. Mari Thomas was there on the block. And Kelsey Hughes also with the help there. And so it's going to be dug back over to the other side, and it's going to be set. And Mari Thomas is going to get it in here, and so they're going to go up by 6 now, 10-4.
Yeah. Mari Thomas channeling her inner Christian DePauli, who had a monster game for Enterprise in that Division III championship.
And so it's going to be a spike. And we'll have to find out who
I think
number 4 is.
That was Ashley Geiger right there throwing down the spike. And Nina Holmes couldn't quite get to it.
And so it's going to be dug out, but it's going to have a little bit too much on it. It's going to go out of bounds here, so it's going to be 10-6 now. Back up to a 4-point deficit for the Vikings.
Yeah, tough mistake there by Ovitz, but she should just shrug that off and get back in the game.
And so we saw Lauren Grant and a little miscommunication here on the left side on the bottom half of your screen. And it's going to be a good set. And Geiger gets it back up over, but they do save it. And so Lily Justine puts it back over, and they're going to get a double on that. And so the point goes to the Vikings. They're within 3.
Yeah, very fortunate that was a double because Mari Thomas was certain to register her 4th kill right there.
And so Lauren Grant is going to serve it straight into the net, so that's going to be a point for Chico, 11-7 now.
And mistakes is the one thing that the Vikings need to limit, especially when they're lacking depth in their bench. They need every point they can get.
Mari Thomas back, and it's going to be Doug. And Ashley Geiger is going to try to put it where nobody is, and they do save it. And a 50-50 ball, but it comes back over on the Chico side, and a good set. And Ovitz gets a good hard spike on it. And over here by the official scorers, that ball's going to go.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a Viking point, 11-8.
Yeah, that was Amanda Manning introducing herself to the scores table right there. Luckily, she kept the frame of mind not to go too hard and kept herself from getting hurt.
And so Nicole Etzif here and so a little bobble on the dig, but there's going to be another dig and a good spike, or a good set and a good spike by Geiger. And so a little momentum shift towards Pleasant Valley. As we see Nicole Etzif up here to serve again. And she will, and a good dig, but it's going to go back up over. And in one, they get it back over, but a good block there. And I'm not sure if she got a hand on it, but that was going to be Geiger with the block, and it's going to be a Chico timeout.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Chuck Johnson here is just going to take a timeout. Feels the momentum kind of swing a little bit in the Vikings' favor. Try to, circle the wagons and try to get his team back together. Do you want to watch more of your school's greatest matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Good read there.
Thank you.
I like that. And so the timeout is just about over here as both teams are ready. And it looks like it's going to be Nicole Etzif back again here.
Yeah, let's see if Chico tries to get the ball to Mari Thomas some more. 3 kills already in this first set.
And so it's going to go to Ovitz, and it's going to be set, and it's going to be a double here. Double touch, and so that's going to be another point for Pleasant Valley as they tie it up at 11.
Yeah, second double touch for Chico right here. They got to clean that up.
And here's the spike, and it just gets over the net. And so Sybil gets it back over the net, and then she gets the help from Kelsey Hughes.
Yeah, nice heads-up play there by Sybil to get the ball over the net quickly. And also makes a nice block right there to give their team the advantage again.
And so Hughes is going to be out, and it's going to be Lily Akers now who's setting the ball from left to right. And a good dig, and Sybil. And it's going to go into no man's land, or no woman's land, I should say.
You're right, because the Vikings just put it where no woman was right there.
Right.
And that was something we saw a lot out of our last championship game. Both teams, both Shasta and Enterprise, testing the perimeter. It looks like both teams are going to do that early here.
And so 12-12 is our score now. It's a good set, and Ovitz is going to try to get the spike, and there's going to be a net violation on the Vikings. And so Chico's going to get the point, so it's going to be 13-12 now as we see Gracie Crisco going back in for Megan Rackley. And Amanda Manning back for Chico. And we're going to see PV with a good set behind her, but that's going to hit the net. And so Lily Justine mistimed that one, and it's going to go into the net.
Yeah, it was a nice stone wall right there by Stephanie Ovitz to stop that kill.
And so a good ace right there by Amanda Manning.
Yeah, nice little changeup just to get over the net. And the Vikings weren't expecting it to die that quickly.
And so she is the team leader in aces over the course of the season. And so a good set, and Lily Justine is kind of overshoot it here, and so that's going to put Chico up 16-12. And so we're going to see a timeout from PV. And so what's the coach got to be telling PV right now to shift the momentum back in their favor?
Well, they just need to, just kind of settle down, realize, obviously Chico made some nice adjustments and made a nice little run there, but you're still only 4 points behind, and it's a very early volleyball game. So just tell the girls to settle down, trust in the reach, trust in the plays, and they've gone toe-to-toe very nicely here against this Panther team. If you're the Panthers here, you're just kind of thinking, we had some early momentum going early, and maybe the good looks from Chuck Johnson, who just gave us a little wink, will help out these Panthers as well.
Well, maybe if we were the officials, we could help them out, but that's why I'm just a lowly broadcaster.
Hey, as a coach, it never hurts your chances, I guess. You never know.
I guess. And so it's going to be a good spike down here at the bottom of your screen by Courtney Holloway, and it's going to be dug out, and it's going to be that was Natalie Loden with the spike there, but it was unsuccessful. And so a good dig and a good set, and a little miscommunication there as Mari Thomas gets it back up over. And Justine's going to get there. And it is going to be blocked, but it is going to fall onto the Chico side. And so PV gets the point, 17-13.
Yeah, very nice play there by Brooke Fogel, who's been very vocal with her teammates early in this game and makes a nice play to pump them up as well.
And so we're going to see Jaylee Waddell, or Waddell, I should say. And so it's going to be a double touch for Chico, and so PV's going to get another point here. They're within 3. And Jaylee Waddell back to serve it here. Yeah, she's getting ready down there.
Yeah, the Vikings just need to hang around and limit mistakes like that and not give Chico any more of a cushion in this lead. Now Chico gets the ball back and really can put the screws on and, maybe get a side out here.
And so Jessica Sybil back for Chico, going left to right. And it's going to be over in 3, just barely, and it's going to be over in 2, maybe catching them off guard, tried to. And it's going to be a spike, but it is blocked. And they do recover. And, it's going to be a good spike. And it's going to go back over to the PV side, and it is going to be dug out. And it's going to be a long, long dig over here. It's going to be set, and nobody was there, but good wherewithal to get in with it, but Lily Justine is going to hit it out of bounds here.
Yeah, and probably the longest rally of the game right there. That was kept alive excellently by Amanda Manning to give Chico the point.
And so Sybil shooting yet again. And it's going to be a spike. And it's going to be over the net violation. And so Chico is up by 20-14 now.
Yeah, they got something good cooking here with Sybil serving.
And so Sybil's going to serve here. It's dug, and it's set. And it's going to go back to who did the digging. And so that's going to be Courtney Holloway. And so there's going to be a timeout for PV. And I'm guessing he probably needed that.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to make some adjustment because Gracie Crisco and Stacy Jones, 2 very tall towers right there in the middle, have been stopping a lot of the spikes and readjusting a lot of the shots from Pleasant Valley. So they might look for a way to maybe do a little shift play or something, try to catch the Panthers off guard on the weak side.
And I've noticed that the Chico Panthers, they calm down a lot quicker in this game, and it shows on the scoreboard. And that's been the going theme with all these teams today. And You know, it's a good big championship game. When you're coming up into it, a lot of adrenaline builds, and it's the first team that can settle down their nerves first. And there's actually an advantage with Chico since they have a big bench. They can spread it all around.
Yes, and Chuck Johnson with his laid-back, friendly demeanor, I'm sure, is helping calm the nerves as well.
And so Sybil's going to set yet again. And so a good spike, but Sybil's going to dig it out, and it's going to go to Mari Thomas. And back over, it's set, and ooh, a good save by Stacy Jones, or I'm sorry, Jaylee Waddell there, and it's going to be a double touch on PV, and so that's going to give Chico a 22-14 advantage now.
And Stephanie Ovich is just ruling the center of that court right now nicely for the Panthers.
And so they're going on an 8-0 run here. And so it's going to be set up, and it's going to be Courtney Holloway, but she does save it. And Lily Justine goes over to the middle, and it's going to be dug out, and it barely gets back over. And Courtney Holloway with a good spike there towards the net, and that's going to be a double touch. So nothing they could do there. And so it's going to be 22-15 for Chico now.
Yeah, and that's going to be our that's going to be our fifth double touch of this early match here. Chico with 3, Pleasant Valley with 2.
And so it's going to be served out there by Brooke Fogel. But the point is going to go to Chico here, so 23-15.
Yeah, Mari Thomas, it's been a while since her last kill, but finally picks up her 4th one right now. We'll see if she adds to that total as this match progresses.
And so it's going to be Stephanie Ovitz. And we're going to see Courtney Holloway. And it's going to be Mari Thomas who's going to get it in here. And so it's going to be match point for Chico, 24-15. And we're going to see Ovitz again. And she's had some success serving back there. And so here it comes, and it's going to be dug out, and Holloway is just going to do a little touch back over here. And we're going to see Gracie Crisco get it back over. And Holloway yet again. And they're going to call that one in. And so it's going to be 24-16. And so still match point, and it's going to be Courtney Holloway back. And she hits a deep ball, and it's going to be set, and it's going to go into the middle, and it's going to be out. And so Chico is going to take the first game of this, 25-16. And so pretty evenly played, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect that.
Yeah, Chico went on a nice little run after Coach Johnson made that timeout, but out of all the matches I've seen today, I think I've seen the most consistent rallies so far in this first match. So if PV can kind of hold on there and, keep the ball alive, I think they have an opportunity to, really even things up at 1-1.
And so we saw a little bit of flashes of genius there, but then also we saw flashes of them shooting them in the foot. The serving has to be way better here as Chico's dominated that aspect of the volleyball game in this last game, and so PV's going to have to step up and try to move the ball to all parts of the court.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty predictable ball right now, and it's really set up Mari Thomas on the other side for Chico, who already has 5 kills registered in that first set. So we'll see if we get some more of the same for the Panthers here. And Pleasant Valley, they also need to get a bright spot for them was Courtney Holloway, who had some nice blocks and some nice kills as well. So if they can get her going, maybe find a way to stabilize Mari Thomas, they could find a way to crawl back in this thing and tie it up.
And I think that's what the coaches are explaining down here on the left hand of the court now as they switch sides. And so the coach giving the teams a little pep talk here. And now, would you change anything for the Chico Panthers, or would you just steady as she goes?
No, I don't think so. I think, Chuck Johnson's just going to tell him to settle down. Obviously, the 3 double touches are a little uncharacteristic of this team. So I would just say, I'm sure he's just telling them just to play within yourself. You guys are doing fine. You guys made a beautiful push to make it, to extend your lead there. And I think if they can, just kind of settle down and fix those mistakes, they'll be fine.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Saturday night volleyball action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events and all sports from across the country, including this tournament. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
It does live here. And I almost feel like with the couch here, I've been living here all day. Just to.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm back at my mom's house here. This couch is quite comfortable.
Now, this venue has always done an excellent job. It always moves around in North State, but Red Bluff High School always does a good job hosting it, making sure everyone feels right at home, and just running a nice, clean, professional tournament.
And Red Bluff campus is a beautiful campus, and I had a chance to walk around earlier today.
Actually, I actually did take a peek at that football field, and I was impressed.
Hey, it's nice.
It's too bad that the Spartans aren't still in it, but I guess that's for another season.
That's for next season, I'm sure, which we will be covering. And so we're just about ready here. We're waiting for the officials.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get their substitutions and alignment right.
Okay, and we're just trying to get the personnel changes right, and it looks like it's going to be Amanda Manning back for Chico to start the serve. And so she does serve it, and it is dug out. And so it's going to be just tossed over the net by Holloway, and a good block by Holloway, but it is dug out. And so a good recovery by Chico, and it's going to be set. And it's going to go right into the net, and that was Lauren Grant who tried to spike it, but it went straight into the net.
Yeah, it went straight into the net, but I don't know if it would have gone anywhere with Stephanie Ovitz sitting right in the middle, right on the Spartan symbol.
And so Manning serves it up, and it's dug out, and it's going to be Holloway with the spike here, and it rabbles off a defender, and it is dug out. And it's going to be Holloway again, trying to find the holes, and it is going to be set, and that's going to be a double touch for PV, and Chico's going to get the point, so they're up by 2 to nothing.
We haven't said her name too often, but Nina Holmes has had some very nice digs to keep rallies going, just like in that last series right there.
And so it's going to be dug out, and Etzif is going to set up for Holloway, and Holloway is going to spike it very hard, but it is going to be defended, and that's going to be Sybil getting it back over, and it is dug, and Ovitz tried to do a little fancy work there, and Holloway gets it right back over, and this is a very fast-paced game, and Sybil is going to go through 3 defenders there, and it's going to fall harmlessly.
Yeah, the Vikings giving all the effort they can right now, but the Panthers have countered nicely.
Right.
With big, and that's part of being in good position right there, as the Panthers were.
And so Manning will stay on as the server, and it's going to be Lily Justine who gets the kill here, as we see Nicole Etzif come out and Sydney Stanley going in for the PV, and it's going to be Lily Justine serving. And so it's set up, and that's Ovitz, and she goes where nobody is, and they're going to get the point here.
Yeah, beautiful setup there by Amanda Manning. Made the Vikings looking one way, and Ovitz just went the other way and found a nice little pocket there in the corner.
And so it's going to be Sybil here to serve. And a good serve it was, but a good dig, and they try to keep him off guard, but it's going to be a double touch on Sydney Stanley. And so she comes into the game and immediately gets a double touch. And so they're going to have to clean that up, as it's 5-1 now.
Yeah, Sybil had some solid serves at the end of the first set to get Chico the win, and she's on a roll right now.
And so a good dig. It's close to the line, and Sydney Stanley makes up for her mistake there. And so good heads-up play there. And it's going to be 5-2 now. And so we'll see Courtney Holloway back to serve. And it's a jump serve here. It's a good dig and a set. And Ovitz tries to get it up over. And it's going to be close. And that's going to be Mari Thomas with the kill. 6-2 Chico as we see Ovitz go back to serve.
And then just in case you're keeping track at home, that is Mari Thomas's 6th kill.
And so it's going to be an ace here for Ovitz as it goes right off the hands of Jaylee Waddell on the left side of your screen. And so we'll see Ovitz as it's dug out from underneath the grandstands, the ball. And here we go.
Yeah, the Panthers have been serving well all night. Let's see if that continues here.
And so dig is an over dig, and it's going to be Kelsey Hughes with the kill there.
Yeah, and Coach Mitchell telling his team to push up right there. They left a big open gap in the middle of that court that Thomas took advantage of.
And so it's going to be spiked, but it also is going to be blocked. And it's going to go over, and Ovitz digs it out. And that's going to be Hughes again with another kill. 9-2 Chico. So they're dominating this part of this tournament.
Yeah, that's a pretty potent front line with Thomas, Hughes, and Crisco. And it's giving the Vikings some fits right now.
And so that was going to be Geiger with the kill there.
And another double, touch here, which we've seen a lot out of both teams.
And so it's going to be Lauren Grant, and she muscles up on it.
Sends that one into the cash box over there.
Send it right into the concession stands. If we can go concession table.
It's probably the most that guy's moved all night.
And so, a good dig, and she does get it out. And so Lily Justine gets it back over, and it's a good block there by Sydney Stanley. And she's going to come out of the game, and Nicole Etzif is going to come in. And so they're going to rotate here.
And it's kind of a nervous time here for the Vikings. Still a very early volleyball match, but you need to try to bring this back within 2 or 3 points, not let the Panthers run away with it.
And so Etzif here to serve, and it is going to be dug out, and it might have gone out of bounds there, but Ovitz gets it back over, and it's going to be set up by Etzif, and it's going to be spiked, but it is going to be defended. And so Chico good with the defense here, and so it's going to be good here, and so they're going to credit Kelsey Hughes with the kill there. And so she's been very effective up against the net there.
Defense has been the name of the game for the Chico Panthers, really capitalizing on good defense in order to get those key points.
And so Mari Thomas, his serve is just going to go straight into the net, so that's going to be another point for PV, 11-5 now.
Looks like Brooke Fogel just checked back into the game to serve this one.
And so Megan Mason is out of the game. And so a good serve there, and a good dig, and a miscue by Etzif. And so we're waiting for Lily Akers to serve it here, and it's an over dig. And that's going to be a net violation by PV, and that's going to give Chico another point here. And so now they're up by 8 as we see Lily Akers yet again. And so there's the set, and it's going to be Holloway. And a good spike and a kill. Megan Rackley.
Yeah, and Holloway is
not going to be defending that very well.
No, she is not. And
yeah.
Holloway is the one who really needs to get back into this game. If the Vikings have kind of gone away from her for a little bit, but she was really the driving force that they need.
And so they're going to get it over barely, but it's going to go out of bounds. And so that's another point for PV, 7-13 now, as we still see Jaylee Waddell back to serve. And so there's a serve, and it's a good one. And it's just barely dug out there. And Ovitz gets it back over. And it's going to be Lily Justine with the spike. And we're going to see a double touch on Chico. And so PV is going to get another point here, so 13-8.
It's the 7th double touch combined for these two teams. And it didn't really hurt Chico too much in the first game, but it's allowing the Vikings to come back into this one.
And so we see it spiked in, and they're going to call it in.
Yeah,
and we're going to see it.
Yeah, Chuck Johnson is going to take a timeout here to kind of rally his team.
And so a much-needed timeout taken there by the Chico team as they were getting a run, and they're just trying to stop PV's momentum there. And
yeah, PV making a nice 5-3 run right there to close the gap, which they needed to do.
And we're seeing a lot of good plays in this game. A lot of good digs here, a lot of pancakes digs off the floor.
Yeah, a lot of effort all over the place, you know. Enough digging, I think we might have too many holes in the floor and they might have to cancel the game. But
right.
Good effort by both of these teams here. Obviously, this game means a lot to them, not only in the championship perspective, but once again, it is that big crosstown rivalry that is always fuels both of these
crosstown
great
and
programs.
Chico, even though we're here in Red Bluff.
Yeah.
And so we're done with the timeout. It's been short timeouts here in this game. They want to just keep it moving along. And so we're going to see Waddell yet again serve left to right, and it's going to be dug out. And Ovitz is going to get the spike, but it's going to be defended. And we're going to see Sybil back in, and it's going to be Brooke Fogel gets it back over, and Justine at the net playing it, and it's going to be 10-13 now. And so they're closing the gap.
Yeah, nice play there and letting the crowd know that she's here and she's ready to play with that roar.
And so Waddell has been good serving for PV, and Ovitz gets it back over. And it's going to be Etzif that sets it, and Holloway with a big spike, but it is going to be defended. And now it's going to be Justine, and she muscles up on that one, and it's going to go out of bounds. And so it's going to be an out, and 14-10 now, as Chico takes back over serving duties.
Yeah, even though, you know, Justine getting point right there, I like the ball movement that Pleasant Valley showed, and just to kind of scramble the Cats a little bit.
And so Manning is going to serve it up here.
Unfortunately, I don't get to keep that one.
And that came right into our couch here. And they should know better than to disturb us while we're
next time bring some potato chips or something.
Yeah, right. Or invite us to the party. Jeez. Oh, wait a minute. We are the party because of the couch.
That's right.
And so it's going to be set by Nicole Etzif, who's got a lot of assists in this game, but Chico's going to defend it. And so not a very good dig there, and they're going to have to get it over. And they do, barely. And so Ovitz gets a good spike off of Jaylee Waddell. And so that's going to be a point for Chico, 16-10 now.
Yeah, I don't know Waddell had much of a choice because Ovitz really threw the hammer down on that one to get a big point for the Panthers to put them up by 6.
And so Manning spikes it here, and it's going to go to Etzif, and Holloway is going to spike it. And so we're going to have a net violation on Chico, and so that's going to give PV 11 points now. And as we see Nicole Etzif come out of the game, she had a pretty good run there. And so it's going to be Justine serving here, and it's going to be set. And we're going to see Gracie Crisco here now. And it's going to be dug, and dug again, but it wasn't in the right direction. Nina Holmes tried to keep that one alive.
Yeah, beautiful touch there by Holloway. Just to take a little bit of the power off, and Nina Holmes has been all over the court tonight, just couldn't make the effort right there to keep it alive.
And so we'll see Justine hit it, and it's going to be dug by Ovitz. And Sybil is going to get the kill here. And so it's going to be 17-12 now.
This is the time when the Panthers need to just kind of lock it in, realize they have the Vikings on the ropes, especially with a strong server with Sybil coming up, and just ride this thing to a second set victory.
And so it's going to be Sybil with the serve, and it's going to be Lauren Grant, but she's going to hit it right into the net and give Chico another point here. And so they're up by 5, 17-12. And so we're going to see Sybil here again serve. And here is the serve. And it's going to be dug out by Waddell. And it's going to be Holloway, and it's going to be touched by Chico, so PV will get the point. 17-13 now.
Yeah, it looks like it was really close, but it looks like she just got Mari Thomas on the fingertips with the ball. He gives the Vikings a much-needed point.
And so Courtney Holloway is going to serve now from left to right. And it's a jump serve. And it's going to be out. And so she can't be happy about that one.
No, that's a real opportunity missed here. She's going to come out for a breather, but that was a chance for her to really confuse and fluster the Panthers with her jump serve.
And so Mason comes in as we have a substitution. And it's going to be Geiger with the big kill there. 19-14, and so they're keeping it within 5 here and showing some life.
Yeah, the Vikings had a very stout front line that really helped close out that first game. But the Vikings are really countering nicely here with their front line and making this a close game.
And we're going to see Colwell with the serving duties here, and that's going to be in. And so that's going to be Mari Thomas with the kill. So excellent job, and that's going to put him up by 20, or up by 6, I'm sorry, 20-14. And so Gracie Crisco with the serve, and it's going to be set up for Geiger. And Ovitz can't get it back over. A little directed accuracy there.
And it looks like Megan Rackley is going to check into the game for Gracie Crisco, give her a breath or two on the sidelines.
And so we're ready here as Nicole Etzif is going to serve it. And it's going to be set up for Kelsey Hughes, but it's going to be blocked. And here we go. It's going to be Geiger to Justine, and Justine's going to get the kill there, and so it's going to be 20-16, and they're going to come up, they're going to get within 4 here. And so PV hanging in there.
Yeah, and Coach Chuck Johnson urging his team on, knowing that this is a big opportunity to Panthers.
And so Etzif is serving here, and it's going to be spiked by Mari Thomas, but they do defend it. And they still kept it alive, and so an excellent job there. And so they barely get it back over. And it's going to be set up by Etzif, but it's going to be blocked.
And Mari Thomas once again prowling that left side. Gets the nice block there, and she has a chance to pick up some points and make this a 2-0 match.
And so Mari Thomas is going to be serving here, and so Nicole Etzif setting up Justine one more time, but they have been defending it, and it's going to go into no woman's land in the back, and we're going to have to see if they get it over, and they do, just barely. And so it's going to be set up for Kelsey Hughes. And so it's going to be well defended by Chico, and so Chico's going to go up 22-16 now. So 6 points between them. And it's going to be Mari Thomas yet again serving, and Justine's going to try to get it, but it hits into the net, and so that's going to put Chico up to 23 now.
Yeah, Justine's had some moments of brilliance and some moments of doubt on that side. Kind of a roller coaster set for her here.
And so it's going to be dug off the rafters, and Justine saved that one, and Waddell gets it back over. And it's going to be Sybil, and now to Ovitz, and they're going to get it back over here. And so good opportunity. And Justine gets another kill here, and so it's going to be 17-23. And so those are the little bright spots here as we see Geiger come out.
Yeah, exactly.
And Brooke Fogel go in, and then we're also going to see Courtney Holloway come back into the game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that bright spots and down spots for Justine, and luckily she found a bright spot there for her team.
And so Fogel's going to serve here. It's going to go to Ovitz, and it's going to be way down here by the bench, and Fogel gets it back over. And so a setup for Hughes, and it's going to be dug here, and Hughes tries to get it back over one hand, and it's going to be set, and Justine gets it back over the hill, and this is going very fast, and Sybil gets it over, but it's very well defended, and we're going to see a net violation by PV, and so it's going to be game point here for Chico as we see Kelsey Hughes come out, and Lily Akers go in, and she's going to serve here on game point. And so here's the serve, and Waddell. And so Courtney Holloway tries to get it out, but it's well defended there by Ovitz. And so Chico is going to take the second game here, 25-17. And so much like the other game, it's going to be almost a blowout here.
Yeah, almost a very similar, almost identical score between the two games right there, and almost identical performances by this Panthers team. If you look at it in the first, whenever Chico looked like they were about to give up the lead, especially in that last game when they were up 13-9, and PV made that nice little 5-point run. Coach Chuck Johnson made the timeout, made some adjustments, and Chico was back in business after that. So good move by the veteran coach right there to call the timeout, stymie the momentum for the Vikings, and now the Panthers are up 2-0, looking for the knockout blow in this set.
And so Chico's best and brightest showing what they can do here, and even though there's a little bit of doubt there in this Division II matchup, Chico's coming through here in the end, and they're pushing forward to win this game. And PV, like we said before, they had a lot of the same mistakes they had in the first game.
Yeah, and it seems like, as Sarah Palin once said, drill, baby, drill. For the Panthers, it's dig, baby, dig, because it just seems like no matter what the Vikings throw at the Panthers, they're just down on the ground throwing chewing everything up and spitting it back out at the Vikings. So. And, it's not due to a lack of effort for the Vikings. They've done a great job. It's just Chico has really capitalized on their effort a lot more.
Right, and, I totally agree with you there on the Chico side that, they are really getting the good digs, and it's really working out for them. And it's putting them in the right spot and getting that accuracy so they can get a good set and get a good kill there. And so, the Vikings, they've just been unfortunate, and they're going to have to try to redirect their spikes to somewhere where players aren't.
Somewhere where there ain't.
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like the old baseball saying, hit them where they ain't, so.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, did you know that PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter giving you news and information? Well, let me tell you about it. It also gives you links to great highlights. Follow us on PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com.
Well, now I know.
Well, now you are an informed citizen, and I'm happier for you.
I'm going to go on Facebook and Twitter right now, both at the same time. And so just about 20 seconds left in this intermission. But they've been cutting them short here. The officials are looking like they want to get out of here.
Yeah, it's been a long day for everyone here. It's been despite the the two scores, this actually has been a very entertaining match. A lot of digs going out to the sidelines. We almost had Amanda Manning almost going to the scoreboard right there. So we'll see if we have any more high octane action coming up.
And so we're ready here For the action, we're just waiting around for some personnel changes to take effect. And we're going to see Waddell go back to serve from right to left. As she gets ready here, and we are ready to go, game 3. And the dig is going to be unsuccessful there. And so Waddell with an ace.
Yeah, it looks like she just took a little bit of focus off the ball right there and let it sail out of bounds.
And she was second in the team in aces. And so we'll have to see here. And Ovitz does a little over dig, and it's 50-50 ball there. And they're going to try to get it over, and they do, just barely. And so it's going to be CIF setting up Justine. And so Ovitz just punches it over. And CIF setting up Hollowell, and it is going to be in there. And so PV is going to take the first point of this game, or the second point, 2-0.
Yeah, I think PV should take advantage with Mari Thomas on the back line. She's not quite as potent as she is on the front line, so let's see if they can capitalize that some more.
And so here goes Waddell with the serve, and it's going to be set up for Ovitz. And she's going to be dug by Waddell, and Justine trying to get a kill there, but they are digging here in Chico, like we said before. And so there's the setup for Justine, but she's hitting them right to the defenders. And so that's going to be Mari Thomas with the kill, the eventual kill. And so pretty evenly matched so far.
Yeah, Mari Thomas, one of those Panthers who's been chewing up and spitting out whatever PV has thrown to her. Made a couple mistakes early in that second match, but looks like she's locked in and ready now.
And so we saw Manning serving here, and we're going to see Brooke Fogel get the kill here. And so she hit them where they weren't, and so PV is going to go up by 2, 3-1.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get Sydney Stanley into the game.
And so we're going to see Justine serve off here. And here goes the serve. And it's popped up by Ovitz. And Ovitz is going to try to get it over here. And a good dig down there by Fogel. And a good dig there by Nina Holmes. And Sybil's going to get the kill. And so
Nina Holmes with the athletic but somewhat painful dig right there,
Right.
going down in the splits to get that one. What a tremendous athlete, and she's been doing that all night long.
And so here's Sybil as they push within 1. And it's going to be dug out by Waddell and set up for Hollowell. And she's going to get the kill here. And so Holloway,
Yeah, and it looks like
196 kills like we mentioned in the pregame.
That's right.
And so she's going to go back to serve here.
And that's right, Ashley Geiger just checked into the game.
And so she's going to muscle up on the serve there. And that's the second time she's done it in this tournament so far.
Yeah, she really hasn't locked in and found that target yet. The Vikings want to get back into things. She really needs to lock in and find the inside of that line.
And so here goes Ovitz, and a little bit of miscommunication there. And the dig is going to go back, but they do get it over, and Ovitz can dig it out. And it's going to be set up for Mari Thomas. And there we go with the dig. And there was the dig, or there was the kill we needed, the PV needed there. As Geiger gets the kill.
Yeah, and that was Amanda Manning sharing a little joke with her coach. I think Chuck Johnson was a little skeptical that she was actually going to run behind the bench and get in time for that one, but got to love the A+ effort for that.
And so we're going to see Henny Hendrickson is going to serve here. And so the point is going to go to Chico. And so it's going to be 5-4 now. And we're going to see Gracie Crisco here. And she serves it up, and it's going to be dug. And that's going to be in, so excellent accuracy there.
Yeah, the Panthers have had
by Mason.
Yeah, they've kind of
PV.
struggled on that back line, trying to defend it. They're oftentimes looking to see if the ball goes in and out. As a player, you just have to assume that ball is going to come in unless you know for sure it's going out.
And so we're going to see Nicole Etzif now serving. And she gets it over. It's going to be dug out by Ovitz and served up, and Ovitz is going to get it back over. And so it's going to be Etzif setting up here, but the spike attempt is going to be out, and so it's going to be all tied up here. And so we're going to see Nina Holmes come out and Sybil come into the game as they rotate. And so Mari Thomas with the serve. And a little miscommunication there by Pleasant Valley. Geiger wasn't prepared or something. And so it's going to tie us all up at 6 here. And so with the serve, it's going to be set up by Etzif. And Justine gets another kill here. And they really need her to come through.
Yeah, she's had some bright spots on that side for most of the night. Also made some mistakes. They're going to need a lot more consistency out of her if they want to, push their lead further and make this a 2-1 game.
So here we go with Fogel serving up here, and Ovitz is going to try to get it over. And an overdig there from the backside of Pleasant Valley's. And so it's 7-7 now.
And looks like Lily Akers is going to check into the ball game for Kelsey Hughes, who has put in a lot of time on that front line.
And so this game is just flying by here. And it's going to be Holloway, and it is going to be in. And so Holloway with a kill.
Yeah, good things happen for the Vikings when Holloway gets an opportunity to wind up and makes a nice strike right there to extend the lead to 1.
And so we're going to see Waddell. Jaylee Waddell is going to serve here. And good dig there. And Ovitz is going to show her arm off. And they almost get it out, and it's going to hit off the rafters here. So a good effort, but all for naught, and all knotted up.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were talking about at the break. It seems like a lot of the dig balls have been going Chico's way, whereas Pleasant Valley, they put in the effort, it's just not really getting back on the right side of the net.
And so we're going to see Manning here serving, and it's going to be an overdig over to the other side, and a little miscommunication on Chico's part, but they do pull it through, and Gracie Crisco gets the kill here. And so they're going to go up for the first time in this game, 9-8.
Yeah, nice play by Crisco there. Saw the wall of Vikings right in front of her. Nate made a nice adjustment to put that to the left side.
So Manning yet again, and Chico's going to get the point. 10-8 now.
Yeah, and the Vikings can't really let this one slip away. You had the lead. Chico made a little bit of a run. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach J.J. Mitchell gets a timeout here.
And so we're going to see a very strong arm by Justine, as we've seen all game. And Etzef is going to set it up for Holloway, but she doesn't get the kill. It's dug out there, and Sybil's going to try for it, but it is dug out by Fogel, and Justine's going to try to feather it there. But number 6 gets it up. And, they might not get it over. And they do get it over. And so here we go with Ovitz, and she's going to get the point here. So 11-8 now.
Yeah, I think the Panthers were a little fortunate because it looked like Gracie Crisco was awfully close to touching the top of the tape there on the net. Wasn't called. And we'll see if it could have been the ball as well, but it looked like it was really close.
And so bobble on the dig there by Justine is going to get Chico another point here, and they're up by 4, 12-8. And so Manning's doing pretty good serving back there for Chico as they're going on a pretty impressive run here. And maybe I spoke too soon as that didn't get over the net.
But the Panthers did what exactly they needed to do, which was climb back on top, take a 3-point lead. And now the pressure is squarely on the Vikings.
And we're going to see Stanley come in as Justine serves, and Ovitz digs it out. And Ovitz is going to try to spike it over. And Holloway gets it, and it's going to be in. And so excellent accuracy there. And so Holloway showing what she can do.
Yeah, and Pleasant Valley needs to keep doing that until Chico stops it. Holloway has had some very nice kills working that left side. Let's see if they go back to her.
And so Justine serves it up here, and it's going to go out. And so that's going to put Chico up by 3, 13-10, as we see Sybil back to serve left to right.
And Sybil is really the server that's helped extend their leads a lot in this game. Let's see if they can do that here in this set.
And so Holloway trying to get a kill here, but it's going to be averted. And Sybil is going to spike it up, but miscue by Brooke Fogel on the dig. And it's going to get Chico another point here. And so Sybil proving effective out of the server's position.
Yeah, it looked like J.D. Waddell might have gotten in her way, and it's going to be another serve for Sybil.
And so Sybil's going to go up, and another miscue here by a PV player. And so she's going to get an ace.
And yeah, it's going to be a timeout by Coach Mitchell.
So, yeah, timeout PV.
Yeah,
and so we're going to have one, and we're going to have our timeout here. And what would you suggest that we do? We're having fans coming up to us all the time.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, please, autographs after the show.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And so,
I'm sorry, Frank. What was your question?
Oh, my question was, what do you suggest the coach is telling PV right now? It's just the same thing. I'm pretty sure that we saw the last 2 games.
Well, yeah, I think they had a golden opportunity. They got a nice lead right away early in that set, and I think they just need to focus in and get the ball to Holloway more, because whenever Holloway has had a chance to serve, to spike it, good things have happened. So he's probably telling limit the mistakes, because right now they can't really afford any more mistakes as Chico's up 5 points and already up 2 sets.
And so we're going to see Sybil serve after the timeout here. And so Holloway trying to get it out here, and it's off the rafters, and that was pretty impossible to play there once it bumbles off the waffle roof here.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with the old waffle iron up top here.
Right.
Sometimes it bounces back in your favors, other times it doesn't. But
and so Sybil had no play on that.
That's just kind of the quirky thing about volleyball.
And so we're going to see Mason in now. She gets the ace, and it's going to be within 3 here, so timeout proving effective.
And that throw just a bit outside, back to the Pleasant Valley team.
Just a bit outside. It's going to go back into the bleachers. She tried the corner and missed.
That corner route is always a tricky route.
Right. And so it's going to be straight into the net. And so any hope of some momentum here has been stalled. And we're going to see Ovitz go back to serve here. And she's been effective from the line.
She's been very effective on the line and in the front court as well.
And so it's going to be Doug. It's a little over dig. And Hughes trying to push it back over. And it's going to be set up for Mari Thomas. And she gets the kill here. So 17-12.
Yeah, Mari Thomas has been quiet at times this night, but just reached double digits with that kill right there.
And so Ovitz serves it up here, and they try to keep him off guard, but they do, and it is going to be set, and that's going to be Crisco, and it's going to be touched, and so that's going to be a point for Chico. 18-12 now. They're up by 6.
Yeah, this is really the true gut check time for this Vikings. Down 18-12, down 2 sets. They're gonna let's see if they
matches.
2 matches. Excuse me. They really need to see if they have any gas left in the tank.
And so it's going to be a net violation on PV, and so it's going to put them up by 7 now, 19-12, and Ovitz is proving effective, like we said before. I'm a genius. Should be coaching. And so it's going to be almost a kill here, but they do keep it alive. And, just barely. And so a great play by Ovitz to save it there. And here we go. With the kill is going to be Geiger for PV. And so an excellent little turn of events there.
Yeah.
Woo.
Usually that's been a ball that's been bouncing Chico's way a lot of the times on those dig balls, but worked out for Pleasant Valley right there.
And that was unfortunate for Chico as they tried to save the kill and then ended up getting killed. So
let's see what the Vikings do here down by 6.
And so we're going to see a serve here. And it's going to be dug out. And here's the assist. And she's going to try to finesse it, Mari Thomas. And Geiger is trying again here. And, oh, it's going to be missed dug. By Henriksen as it goes out of play. And it's going to be 2013 now, so 5 to the championship for Chico.
And the Panthers will be hoping to see if Gracie Crisco can take them there.
And so a beautiful serve there. It's going to be set up for Geiger. And it's going to be a little miscommunication there. It's going to be set up, and it's going to be blocked nicely by Hughes. And Geiger gets it back up. And it's going to be set up, and we're going to see Ovitz, and Ovitz hits it out. And so it's going to be 2014 now, then 6 yet again.
And it looks like we're going to have Megan Rackley coming into the game for Gracie Crisco.
And so here we go with Etzif serving here. And a little miscommunication there on Chico's part, but Ovitz tries to get it back over. And Geiger is going to do it, but it is going to be defended, and it's going to be mishandled over there on the far side of your screen. It's going to go into the crowd, 21-14 now.
Yeah, the effort really has been there for the Vikings. It's just hasn't really bounced their way most of the night on those digs.
And so we're going to see another serve. And not a very effective dig here as we're going to get a free opportunity. Oh, and a miscue there. It went behind her, Hughes. And so Manning.
Yeah, and it looks like Holloway is going to check back into this game, and they sorely need her strength right now.
And so we're going to have Fogel here now. And Ovitz is going to pop it up. And Sybil is going to try to do it, but it is off the rafters here. And a mishandle there. And that's going to give Chico another point here. It's only 3 towards the championship, as we're going to see Lily Akers come back into the game as Hughes is out. And Hughes was very effective on the net yet again here in this game.
Yeah, she has been very effective on the net here. A very solid team performance so far by the Panthers tonight.
And so it's going to be set up, and Holloway is not going to get it over the net. It's 23-15 now. And there's going to be a timeout. Oh, no, we're going to be a sub. And so there's going to be a sub, so Sybil's going to be coming out. And Alyssa Barrett is going to come in. Just trying to get through all his players here. And so, ooh, a good serve there, but even better dig by Holloway. And, oh, and it's going to be dug out. And it's going to be set over, and that's going to give her a double touch there. And so it's going to give PV another point.
Yeah, Mari Thomas trying to get a little too cute there with that set over the line. Just had a little too much palm on it.
And we're going to see Lauren Grant come into the game for PV as Jaylee Waddell is going to be back. And so it's going to be set up for Ovitz. She set her own self up, but it is going to be dug out. One of the better digs tonight, and they're going to get a free opportunity here. And Ovitz gets it in, and so now it's championship point for Chico, as Ovitz has proved very effective tonight. And it's going to be hard to pick our player of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of great selections. Obviously, Ovitz has been a great all-around performer. Mari Thomas has been very effective tonight.
And so it's going to be Manning serving now, and it's going to be off the rafters yet again. And so,
yeah, maybe we shouldn't jump too far ahead of ourselves there with that player of the game nomination. Let's see if the Vikings got one last push here to make a pretty miraculous comeback to force it into extra points.
And so we'll see Justine serve it here, and it's going to be served up. And a little miscommunication there. They're going to get a free opportunity on the right-hand side of your screen here, and it's going to be blocked. And so Ovitz proving effective on the block, and she's going to lob it up over everybody. And so it's going to be dug out, and so a good little rally going here as the ball is still in the air. And it's going to be blocked yet again, and so we'll see for the third time it changed hands. And so Justine gets it up here, And Holloway tries to get it back over. And so Alyssa Barrett is going to hit it into the net here and give PV another point. And so 24 for 18 as he's going to ask for some subs here. Yeah, as Molly Hall comes in for Ovitz.
And Ovitz definitely deserves a standing ovation for the performance she's put up here tonight, but it's not quite over yet here for the Panthers.
And so we're going to see it set up for number 9, Gracie Crisco. And PV holding on by a thread here. Oh, and it's going to be effective. And Chico, Alyssa Barrett, is going to send Chico to the championship. Actually, they're going to win the championship here. I'm sorry about that. And so Chico will win it in 3 games here, 25 to 18. And so 3 very similar games played here, 25-16, 25-17, 25-18. And so BB did improve by 1 point every game, but just wasn't enough to overcome the Panthers. They're just too good.
Yeah, they really picked up their game as, the match improved, but, the Panthers just came out with a ton of effort and got a lot of the bounces that they needed. Great effort and great play by, Mari Thomas and Ovitz that really fueled this team and really helped fend off the Vikings.
And so that's going to be our last game of coverage of this tournament. And it's going to be the last game of the tournament, actually. And we'd like you to stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this volleyball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And since the game is over, it's coming up very soon, so we hope you'll stay with us.
Yeah, stay tuned.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And welcome back to PlayOn Sports coverage of the Northern Section Division II Volleyball Championship. I'm here with our player of the game, Mari Thomas. Mari, one of the things that we notice a lot about your team is the effort that you guys give in the digs. And, you know, a lot of times those balls kind of went your way where with Pleasant Valley, it felt like it didn't bounce their way. Is that kind of how it felt on the court? You're like, oh, my gosh, it's actually bouncing our way.
Definitely. Well, we have an awesome libero. She gets everything up, and we're all super scrappy. We all love being on the floor, digging all those balls up, the short ones, the really hard ones, diving for those really far ones, and everything. We love it. So. Yeah,
it was a real toss-up between you and Stephanie Ovitz tonight, who gave a tremendous all-around performance. What can you say her as a teammate and a player?
I've been playing with her for 4 years now. She's always been so amazing. She works so hard in the middle, and I admire her so much. She's always done so great, and we're best of friends and play so hard together. We love it.
That's good to hear. Now, Holloway for Pleasant Valley has had some bright moments in the match earlier, but for the most part, she was kept silent. What was that part of the game plan to try to take her out of the ball game to force it really on the rest of the Vikings?
Yeah, when we practice, we know when last times we play her, we've seen her. She always hits super hard line, hard angle. And so we've really tried to watch this game, at least take away on the block, at least angle or line most of the time so we can get her to hit that hard angle. And that's where our left back is, our best digger. So that was our strategy.
Now, there was a couple times in both the first and second game when PV really made a push. And Coach called the timeout to talk to you guys, kind of rally you guys and send you back out. You guys ended up winning those games. What did Coach say to you in those moments?
Oh, he just keeps it. He says the same thing every time. He keeps it normal, simple. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna get back up. He's always super positive. He just keeps it simple and doesn't make anything complicated. So we just play our game.
Keeps it really relaxed
yeah,
too.
Definitely.
I bet. Yeah. So last question here. You guys are obviously looking at state playoffs coming up. Going to have that home game with the win here. What do you think that this team needs to do in order to be successful? Sorry, it's been a very long day for me.
Understandable.
Successful for you guys to be in the state playoffs.
Well, we know when we're going to state playoffs, those teams are always really good. And normally, since this is our first win in sections, we've always gone and played some really, really good team. But this time, I'm really hoping that we can pull out the win because we'll be at home in our home place. And we just got to work really hard for it because those teams are always a tough team to play.
All right. Mari Thomas, thank you for your time. I'm going to get off the air before I stumble on my words a little bit more here. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mari Thomas, your PlayOn Sports Player of the Game here for this Division II championship. We'll be right back for the post-game coverage.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Oh, welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com's post-game show. As we just saw the Panthers win the championship 25-18. And so what more can you say about that? Mari Thomas, definitely helping her team win this one. And what more can you say about it?
Yeah, she had a fantastic performance, but she really couldn't have done it by herself because Stephanie Ovitz, who, you could have flipped a coin between those two for player of the game, had an excellent all-around game. Also, Nina Holmes was all over the court tonight doing the splits and really keeping balls alive for the Panthers, and it just proved to be too much for the Vikings.
And so, yeah, Chico proving effective on defense as they were just digging their way to a Division II championship here. And, and this is the last game of the night here. And, what more? I mean, I'm not sure what more I could say about it more than, PV showed some bright spots, and they improved, by a score of 1, every 3 games, but it was definitely Chico Panthers night.
Yeah, and I think what really made the difference was Coach Chuck Johnson calling those timeouts when PV had those surges. And you can tell that, you know, even when it got a little tense, Coach Johnson was there to kind of relax everyone, make sure, you know, hey, we're okay. We're actually a really good team. Let's go out and win this thing. And I think that gave the Panthers a lot of confidence. And, you know, going into some tough environments heading to the state playoffs, it's nice to have a cool hand as a coach. So hopefully he'll be successful.
And I got a chance to meet him before the game, and he does have a very calming demeanor. And I was very nervous before this game for some reason, but he seemed to calm me down.
Yeah, he's a very personable fellow. So hopefully we wish him the best of luck heading into the state playoffs.
And so that's going to do it from here in Red Bluff, as we saw the Chico Panthers defeat the Pleasant Valley Vikings 25-18 here in this last 3 games, and so they win the whole set 3-0. And we'll see you next time. And we're out of here.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.